Hello. Do I have sound? Hello, hello. Can somebody confirm whether I have sound? Hi. Let's see. Okay, so I know what palette I'm painting with. I haven't really decided what I'm painting. References. Whatever shall I do with my references? Oh, aha. Right, yes. In fact, there was a whole discussion about Blade Runner scenes. Ooh, indeed. I have sound. I'll be here in a few minutes, but I can hear you. Perfect. I, in fact, need to refill my water or drink, something. So I'm actually going to disappear myself for just a moment. All right. Kind of hoping I can get Paolo in here so I can get some input on what I'm about to do, because I've got his sketchbook. So I know he really likes orange, and we've all been talking about PO107 recently, which is also one of my favorite paints, so I am definitely eager to play with that a little. And I do have, so I have some of the Roman Schmal Aquarius. This is their Aquarius Orange, which is PO107, although it is not labeled as such if you get it from them. And this is PB80 from somewhere? Some indie paint maker at some point that I got this from years ago. But it is a, actually let me read off some PB80 pigment info. It's a very, like, it's blue, but it's right on the edge of like blue to violet. Aha. Benzimidazolone. Let's see. Benzimidazolone blue. PB80. Unobtainable among industrial colors. It's a very purpley blue, and I got it from somebody many years ago. Don't even remember. I want to say stone ground, but it wasn't stone ground. It was somebody with a similar name. Oh, sorry. No. Sorry. Don't entirely recall. Dang, I wish I could credit who made this paint. Ouch. Sorry. It is a synthetic organic chloranil N-ethyl benzimidazolone dioxazine. There's no independent testing. It's rated by the manufacturer as light fastness 8, but it's not ASTM rated. No major manufacturer offers this paint in paint form, but may be present in industrial projects. Gara Pigments offers PB80 as a pigment dispersion. It is apparently very hydrophobic. Extremely deep valued mass tone, similar to Indanthrone PB60 mixed with dioxazine violet. So that's a thing. Okay. All right, so I am going to start swatching, I guess. I'm trying to decide what was the, there were instructions about painting. Rules. Try not to use the back of the page if there's a drawing on the other side. You can do a page spread if you want to. I am going to leave this blank. I may do something here later, and I am going to do a 2-page spread here. I'm gonna take this and let's see. I want to make a little something. Some kind of, what am I gonna do? Okay, I'm going to set this out here. Do a little 2-color study. So here, oh, sorry, I am off screen, aren't I? Okay, let's put me back on screen. Maybe if I everyone has had a lovely week. Oy. of course, and now it zooms in rather than zooming out, which is where I want it to be. Aha, okay, we are better. That is better, in fact. Okay. Anyway, I think my PB80 is from a now defunct Etsy seller. Like Pigments of the Iron Ridge, maybe, or something. I've had it for many years. I really enjoy using it, but it's in a pan, it's in a full pan, so it just hasn't made it into a palette that I use regularly. Largely because these discontinued pigments, it's like, well, if I'm trying to teach or something, it's awkward to carry around discontinued pigments. So I use them often. If I have like tube paints, I put them in a ceramic palette and I use them at home. But I haven't really, okay, actually, I want to retry that. I want to make some, let's see. Maybe if I, aha, okay. New plan. And here we go. Get this over here. Aha. And let's see. Then I can put something like this over here. And over here. And over here. Watching while taking a blood sample, omega quant test for omega-3 levels. Like, are you at a Life Labs or something watching on a phone? Hope the results will be good. Ah, yes, indeed. Okay, so we are going to first try this. I can tell that there's quite a bit of like flocculation happening here, which the Roman Schmal paint here is actually, it apparently does that all the time, but it definitely varies how much flocculation I see depending on how much dissolved mineral is in my water that day. We have really, really hard water, but it does vary from day to day just how much dissolved mineral is in my water. And apparently, even though I am painting using reverse osmosis water, even the reverse osmosis has not been enough to make this not super duper. So anyway, I'm going to put in a whole bunch of pigment and let it sort of flow around and play over here to show sort of the fun effects that this has. So this is my orange. Then if I push this just a little bit further. I really don't, I should just pull this off, but I don't have the tools to do that right now. No, I'm at home. You order the kit, it comes by mail. This specimen goes to the lab by mail. What brand am I using today? Yeah, so this is, so the PO107, is Aquarius Orange by Roman Schmal Aquarius. The PB80 is, I believe it was Pigments of the Iron Ridge or something. It was a small Etsy seller that I think might now be defunct because I can't find them. Yeah, I've had it for a really, really long time. But it is, I'm actually gonna pull this. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm going to, it is going to be kind of awkwardly. Anyway, I wanted to do a 2-color study, and I thought it would be fun to do an orange with like a complementary bluey purple. And I wanted, if it lands not on a mix, I wanted it to mix more of a reddish, like a burgundy, rather than going green, which is the risk if you use a blue that's too greenish. Which apparently, like, even a mid blue can sometimes skew a little bit too greenish mixed with this orange. So this is like, it's almost verging into purple. It's going to make a really fun mix. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna let that dry a little and then write some notes. Is this a Life Labs thing, or is this like an independent order online sort of? Because I know that Life Labs now has like all of these, oh well, yeah, stuff that you can do at home or pick up, and or they like come to you, or no, the company is Omega Quant. They're known for this type of test. It's like the little things for blood sugar testing. There's also the continuous ones for blood sugar testing now, where like you attach a thing, it stays on for 3 weeks. I did look at Life Labs. It was more money and I had to involve my doctor. Aha! Aha, we're avoiding the doctor. That makes sense. So we're just gonna let this dry a little bit, and then I'm going to Actually, I'm gonna go rinse off. I have a little palette that I'm gonna use for mixing. I'm gonna just go rinse it off. For blood glucose. I guess I should probably get my omega-3 tested. I'll go to the doctor, but not that I object to doing things at home, but I also should probably go to the doctor. I'm often tempted to avoid the doctor, but I feel like I should go to the doctor. Anyway, I'm gonna go rinse off this palette. I'll be right back. So I can see what range of colors I can get with this selection of 2 paints. I have to have stuff tested for thyroid like twice a year, and I get all the stuff done then. If they take blood, they can take enough for all the tests. Yeah, so in Canada, our doctors, the referring doctors, are public, and then there's like a public-private partnership between the province and these private labs. Most of them are Life Labs, but there's, like, the company is called Life Labs, but there's actually a few. Anyway, they refer you, and most of the tests are funded by our provincial healthcare, but not all. So occasionally, if you have a real keener doctor, they will refer you for tests that you then have to pay extra for, which I guess is the case for Stephen's omega-3 test, is that omega-3 tests are, like, I guess, luxury tests, unless they have some reason to suspect something more serious, I guess. That's often the case. My doctor, we joke, she's wonderful, but we joke that she's a vampire, because every time I go to the doctor, we get our requisition forms, so like a referral for Life Labs that has all the tests that we're supposed to get, and she always fills out, like, every box is checked, and then there's a section for extra tests that aren't listed on the basic form, and she always has that, like, several tests listed there. Often you take it into the receptionist there, and they look at your list of tests, and there's been so many times where the receptionist looks at it and she's like, "What is this test?" I don't know. They have to look it up. I haven't eaten fish for maybe 20 years. DHA is a component of the brain, so I thought maybe a test was a good idea. Yeah, so I found out about that in the course of, pregnancy. And now DHA isn't listed was not listed as an essential nutrient for adults, and now it is, but, like, dietary advice hasn't caught up. Anyway, I haven't gotten tested, but I am supplementing DHA now, as well as I do eat fish. So I started eating fish, but I also, before I started eating fish, I started supplementing DHA. No meat, eggs, fish. Yeah. So I was vegetarian for a long, long, long time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I was short on a few things. Sorry, I am going to, don't really like where this is placed. Okay, how's this? All right, that is now slowly, slowly drying. I'm going to play with some mixes. Over here and over there. Let's see if I get some of this. This. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this because I wanted it to mix if it wasn't going to mix a perfect black. It does mix, I think, pretty close to a black. Let's see. Can I get this black? Yeah, I can. So this does mix. This does neutralize quite nicely. Here. But as you get to either side, you get like purpley browns and like burgundy browns rather than it ever going green, which was the goal. I didn't want greenish tones because yeah, I wanted to play with some of this stuff. Hello, hi Keep. Supplements, I take B12. Everyone my age should take it. Omega-3, DHA, EPA, DPA, small amount of zinc, and D3 in the cooler months. I take a prenatal, a multivitamin, as well as folic acid, but I take a B complex, a B100 complex. I don't independently take B12 or DHA is in the prenatal. B12 is in both the prenatal and the B100. Yeah. I do also take D3. Although my D3, that was another thing where like my D3 levels were measured and they were, normal, but could be a little bit higher. Oh, I also take a hematinic iron, not quite every day, but most days. And then I'm hypothyroid, so I also take levothyroxine. And, and the last thing is I also take taurine, which I started supplementing sort of on a whim when I was figuring out what all was wrong with me, and it seems to do really well and help with my energy levels, as well as it's probably helping to regulate my heart. So I do take taurine as well. Again, that was more of a concern when I was vegetarian. Probably less of a concern now, but I'm still on it. So yeah, big handfuls of pills every day. Fun stuff. Jackson's is doing a little sale, so I might pick up 2 brownish watercolors to replace Van Dyke, which I've not been happy with, and a top off of burnt sienna. I go through that like crazy. I don't think I need any more watercolors, but you know, it's always tempting. I wonder, could I use something? Okay, I'm pretty happy with these mixes. This is still wet. Okay, and then I need to decide what all I am doing here. It may be multiple things. Let's see. Let's see. References. The dagger brush? Ah, yes. It's called a Princeton Mini Detailer, and it's one of these brushes that appeared in my life. I think it probably came to me as a stocking stuffer from my mom in a Christmas stocking. Because I don't think I bought this. I think it just appeared. But it's fun, so we're gonna enjoy it. I did. I still have all of the paint set aside because a lot happened during that advent calendar period. And so I recorded a few videos, and then I didn't ever release them because there was so much health issues going on that I realized really just kind of before December started that it was not going to materialize as a thing that I was able to do. Yeah, so I've got them, and eventually I did just take out the rest of the things out of the advent calendar. Like, I had recorded a video of opening the first few, and then I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. Like, maybe I'll do fewer videos, or maybe I'll do one video where I open up all the things or something, but I hadn't really decided what I was going to do. And so now they're set aside. Like, I've got a little bundle of things that, yeah, I don't entirely have a plan for. Some of them look really cool, and I really want to play with them. Like, for example, check this out. Ooh, isn't that pretty? So anyway, yeah, there's lots of exciting stuff in that advent calendar collection that never materialized into a video. And so I question, like, should I try again next year? Is that even a thing that I want to do? Does that line up with, I don't know. In any case, the paints will get used. I just haven't figured out exactly in what context I'm going to use them in. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. Why am I putting down tape? Right, because I was going to paint a something, but I don't know what the something is. Do we have suggestions for what I should paint? I was hoping, do I have a Paolo here? Maybe, hopefully. Yeah, maybe I can use them slowly and enjoy them. Yes, I mean, if anything, that's what's going to happen is I'm going to split them out and, you know, play with a few at a time. And I have been enjoying doing that rather than, you know, whole sets like, okay, well, I'm just going to use this thing that I've had for a while and make a video about that, or just do a sketch and like actually like use things rather than you know, getting things for a review video and then reviewing them and then putting them away because then I have to do the next one. So I'm trying to be a little bit more strategic about how I do this. Ooh, maybe, oh, I'm thinking I could paint some interesting mushrooms and I could paint what if I do some like interesting mushrooms and flowers on this side? And over here, maybe I'll do some like landscapey scenes. I'm just not sure whether I want to do... so Paolo had mentioned Blade Runner 2049, which has some like really, really cool cinematography and like really cool images that would be kind of fun to do as like just a landscape study. But the other alternative would be to paint like something a little bit closer to home, but just use that same look, that same palette. And I'm not sure. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Okay. Okay, let's see. There are many kinds of mushrooms that are orange. Like chanterelles are more, well, Ken of the Woods is kind of orange. Ooh, interesting. Fly agaric sometimes comes up as orange too. Okay, maybe I'll try that. I'm gonna paint a series of mushrooms here. And then on the other side, we'll see. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do some maybe I want to do something more like don't know what I'm doing. I want like a collection of things maybe. What do I want to do? Yeah, I'm gonna do an orange fly agaric mushroom. Ooh, I like when they turn up a little. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out composition wise, like what else I'm gonna include. Seems like they turn sometimes more orange as they get a little bit bigger. Maybe if I do something like, I'm gonna do like a fly agaric, so like a toadstool sort of. Ooh. Okay, so if I do something a little bit more. Okay. I am not going to try to plan a okay, let's see. Now we're gonna go back to this, and I'm going to just a little bit here. Welcome here. Glad I got you. I've got your sketchbook. And I've got fun stuff. Like very bright orange paint and also rare out of production pigment paint. So I haven't labeled them yet, but I have, this is PO107, which is, sorry. This is PO107, which is a pyrrole pigment. It's transparent orange by Winsor & Newton, as well as this one is actually from Aquarius. It's Aquarius orange. And then over here, I have PB80, which is an azo blue that is, it's very purpley, and so, and it, the way it does mix like almost, but not quite a black with the orange, but it skews slightly to the purpley reddish side when it mixes, which is nice. And then I'm painting a fly agaric, which is toadstool mushroom, but I'm painting an orangey one. Yeah, I tried to snag you over on Discord. I've not been super reliable about streaming, and to be honest, I'm not sure what streaming is going to look like longer term, but right. But yeah, so like I haven't been always at the same time, and in the coming weeks I'm going to be going away for a little while, so I don't entirely know what all will happen streaming wise. Don't want to overpromise, but very excited to be doing this today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. I know it's late. I could shift it earlier. In fact, that might potentially in the longer run work better for me, but because I'm not, like, I don't really want to change anything right now because I'm not sure what my long-term plan is. So then I just need to do something. would it have made sense to use a masking fluid here? Yes, of course. Am I going to use masking fluid? Absolutely not. I hate masking fluid. Much rather just paint around things. It'll be fine. Over here, get that over there, a little bit more blue over here. Yeah, let's deepen that down. All right, see you in a bit. Everything is actually really good with me. I had some really serious health issues that were kind of unexplained for a really long time, and seemed to be getting to the bottom of them. So I'm really happy about that. It's you know, recovery is non-linear, but this is recovery. And like, I don't want to overpromise. I don't know what's happening next, but yeah, it seems like a lot of the unexplained issues were really just a medication, a prescription I was on that I was really not getting along with. And so it's really nice that the things that we thought might be, you know, really serious issues actually aren't. And yeah, that's about where I'm at. So I've been, you know, slowly regaining energy as I detox from some meds over the past couple months, like 3 months. And it seems like, yeah, like who knows where it all lands, but it, yeah, things are good. Things are really, really quite good. Cannot complain. And then I can, let's see, let's go over here. And, ooh, yeah. Those mixes make me so happy. Yes, these mixes are also making me very happy. These paints they're really fun. They do you know, sort of shoot across the paper. So they're a little bit, there's a little bit of a like, what am I doing? Unpredictable sort of fun stuff to these paints, but I'm enjoying it. I do find that learning some terms for things, there's a level of being able to name something that helps you understand, like, you know, rather than pointing at a flower and being like, you know, the thingy, the thing that sticks out over there, the thing. If you can be like, the anthers, that helps. I'm not sure if you mean you don't consider yourself an artist or a botanist. I would say if you make art, then you should consider yourself an artist. You know. It doesn't mean like, oh, this is, you know, my professional calling, what have you. Nothing wrong with just doing things for fun by any means, but you don't need anybody's permission to call yourself an artist. Assuming I'm understanding what you said. looking really nice. Truly loving it. Thank you. I'm glad you love it because it's your sketchbook, so this is your painting. All yours. Did the blue shoot all the way through into here? Wow. Okay. That's something. Tell me more about PB80. Okay, let me read you a thing. So it is benzimidazolone blue. Where'd it go? Right, benzimidazolone blue. Okay, so this is from Kim Crick's website. PB80 Hostaperm Blue RSR, also known as benzimidazo R5R. R5R, yes. Rated light fastness 8 by the manufacturer, not rated by ASTM, synthetic organic, chloranil N-ethyl benzimidazolone dioxazine, CAS 391663824. It's not light fastness rated by ASTM, so we only have the manufacturer rating to go by, but based on the light fastness of related pigments, I believe, it is expected to, yes, be quite light fast. It is used in industrial, it has potential use in industrial products, though there is no, large-scale industrial manufacturing known right now. So there's no ongoing source of it for watercolor paints, for watercolor artists. It is available from Guerra Pigments as a pigment dispersion. So it is extremely tiny hydrophobic pigment particles. It's possible that the pigment dispersion helps with mulling it for that reason. I've not been convinced that mulling from dispersion really helps with the hydrophobic particles issue in watercolor. Having tried the quinacridone gold dispersion, it is yeah, still a bit of a pain in the butt, if I'm honest. Whatever. Sorry. Superfine particle, transparent, blue-violet, red shade, has a high dispersion rate, flowing quickly across wet washes. Yeah, so I'd like to point out, I pushed out the orange, and I wasn't really concerned about blue shooting across the page because I figured orange is this PO107 is such a strong pushy pigment that it would usually push things right out of the way. But I've got runs of this blue that have run into my drier wash areas. Like, it just shot across the page, which is really interesting. Deep valued mass tone, similar to Indian Throne PB60, mixed with dioxazine violet PV23. Yes, and also it seems like it's got like a dioxazine structure as well, so it is warmer than PB60, diluting to a slightly purple leaning lavender floral hue. Very transparent, great for layering and botanical art. I would agree with all of that. I'm also going to pull this up. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. And you see about shooting across the page, like it wanted to go. It made its way under the tape. Like, this is a very, it's a keener pigment, I think. This one is the way I'd describe it, is it just wants to travel. But yeah, it's lots of fun. I quite enjoy it, and it is doing really nicely with this orange. In a previous discussion, we had talked about doing landscape studies from Blade Runner 2049. There are some possible reference photos over on Discord, and I was thinking of doing a little wee landscape study here, maybe, or I don't know, maybe I'll just paint some more mushrooms. I also considered doing like the Blade Runner 2049 studies, but like potentially trying to adapt something a little bit more local to me, and then just using that color scheme. Although, of course, that is setting myself so many challenges, because who doesn't love challenges? Okay, then let's see. Hi, Gobbler, how are you? Where did you get it? I got, sorry, this paint, the PB80, I got it, I think it's Pigments of the Iron Ridge or something, a small Etsy watercolor seller like 6 years ago, and it's been sitting, like I tried it a few times, swatched it, did a few small paintings, and then it's been sitting in my collection of cool things for a while. And so, yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't actually have a manufacturer name listed on it. I'm stealing your ideas. Well, I mean, this is your sketchbook. I wanted to paint the desert that has the two oranges. The people at a distance. Okay, well, I mean, I won't steal the specific scene you wanted to paint. I have a really lousy study never went further than that. Story of my life. Well, I mean, aren't lousy studies there? That's what you have to do. It's a lot of lousy studies. But man, do I ever have sketchbooks and sketchbooks and sketchbooks of lousy studies. Don't you dare. All right. I'm pretty sure that, well, sorry. No, maybe not Dirty Blue. Maybe it was Prodigal Sons has it. Della Magna also has it. And you can get the pigment from Gara. So, like, it is still floating around. It is still available. Yeah. Cena's not mine. Do whatever you want. Sorry. The OG Santa Claus mushroom. I have... Let's see. Do I have my OG Santa Claus mushroom painting here? Or have I hidden that? Probably in this stack. Where's my Santa Claus mushroom? Santa Claus mushroom. Santa Claus mushroom. But this one's orange because, you know, who says Santa Claus has to be red and white? It can be orange. What's the orange pigment? It's PO107. Aquarius orange from, from Roman Schmal Aquarius. Can you tell that my brain still isn't quite there? I say Aquarius orange and then I forget who the manufacturer is right after I stated their name in the title. We're all mods, so better behave. Yes, because I guess at one point I handed out moderator roles like candy. You be a mod, and you be a mod, and you be a mod. Keep, are you feeling left out? I can make you a mod too. Then everyone can be a mod. The Oprah of moderatorships. Yes, yes, exactly. Oh, wild. Just, sorry. 13-hour renders. Okay, this is a cool article that I will read later, because I don't have it in me to absorb this while streaming. Okay, and then let's see, let's get some more of this orange. We definitely just want more orange. More of this, more of that. more of this, and then now that there's not any wet active blue in here, I can spread this out and get a little bit more of a yellowy glow over here. Push it around. Where's my paper? There. Let's get this. Lift that up. Lift that out. Hello again, welcome back. So you'll get numbers and little wrenches. I have to say, the numbers kind of, they're so weird to me. Like, why? Do people actually care about this? Oh my goodness, I'm #1 commenter on this live stream. Like, even, I get that, like, that's maybe more relevant in a larger live stream that has more than the currently 8 people who are watching here. But still, anyone can have a number, just talk a lot. The numbers are so, you know who the #1 spammer is. Well, Lana, I'm very sorry, but you're a #2 spammer. I don't know whether you should be disappointed that you're not #1 spammer, or disappointed that you rank so high. Not really, it's way too easy to get #1 on larger channels. I mean, I imagine on any channel, right? Like, just chatter nonstop if you really want to see a high number, but, like, is this something that anyone actually cares about? It's just so weird to me. I can live with the title of #2 spammer. Why am I #1? You're just special, Stephen. You're just forever #1. I don't know. At one point, I opened up, I think it was an Ev's channel, and I opened up something, and there was like some numbers assigned, and I wasn't like some like, there was like the ranking, like #1, 2, 3, whatever, but then there was also a, like, I don't know if it was number of comments or like some like assessment of like the number of comments, the quality of comments, the whatever, because there was some wording about like, oh, you know, whatever, create, you know, spark useful discussion. I don't understand. It's possible that because you were here earlier and posted more stuff earlier that you got ranked higher. But I don't know. Very strange. So this is just gonna shoot across. Yeah, that's so wild. Okay, so this pigment spreads so much. So much. It just like shoots right across. Wild, wild. Okay. If I push this around, how does that go? Because this is a fairly dry, but it just wants to fill in. Okay. Okay, what if I there and there and very strange. Very, very strange. It's as useful / useless as channel points on Twitch. Channel points give you rewards if you want. Sorry, who's giving you rewards? What are the rewards? I am so confused. All of this seems pretty silly. Am I giving you rewards? What do I owe you for being my number 2 spammer? Do I remember correctly that you have painted a mushroom like this one a long time ago? I did. About a year and a half ago? Almost 2 years ago. Here. But this one's red and this one's orange. I see, sorry. So like I assign you rewards where I'm like, if you spam me the hardest, I give you a sticker. Like, I'm so confused. And I'm open to be bribed also. What sort of rewards? Explain to me what I'm committing to here. Explain to me in the format of competing for most spamming? Unrelated, I love chocolate. Okay, chocolate. Alright, cool, yes. No physical rewards. Okay. So not physical rewards, but... Is this like channel sticker type things or what? I'm sorry, I'm old and out of the loop apparently. I'm gonna turn on some additional lights. Like on my streams, people can request a pigment to look into and do a study. You're as old as me. I think I might be just slightly younger than you, yeah. I'm 36. Well, context is everything. If you asked my gynecologist, I'm geriatric. If you ask other botanical artists, I'm a preemie. I'm larval. for specific rewards on Twitch, like show the cat cam. Aha! Okay. I see, okay. And is this like organized through Twitch, I guess, where it's like, if you're number 1, you get a little, whatever, request box, you get a... Yes, otherwise it would be weird to reward people there. you stream on YouTube and then like, okay, but to get rewards you have to come to Twitch. I'll reward you on someone else's stream. Lana also has a Discord server, which is very active and lovely and full of wonderful people. Bad at advertising. Let me advertise for you. Lana is wonderful. She streams on Twitch and posts videos here on YouTube. Also has a really wonderful website. Was suggesting, were you in, apparently I got mentioned in somebody else's stream today. I got a YouTube comment from someone who said somebody had mentioned them in somebody's stream. Christy Rice. Apparently somebody mentioned me in Christy Rice's stream. Were you in Christy Rice's stream earlier? On Reddit. Ah. Aha. You know, I've been active on Reddit. Not super active super recently, but I used to be quite active on Reddit. But never very much in the art communities. But there are, like, big art communities on Reddit, and I have questioned whether, like, maybe that's another road to, like, connect with people. You know, you'll find other artists. It's not necessarily a, like, customer base in the sense of, like, selling fine art necessarily, but I would never be there. I'm not there either, but apparently somebody was there mentioning me. We do color studies on Wednesday. It's the nerd stream. Yeah, I need to be better about, like, ever showing up on Twitch. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of people who stream on Twitch. Lana, can you comment on Twitch versus YouTube streaming? I know a whole bunch of people switched over. And I know there were a whole bunch of factors there, some of which may still be relevant and some of which aren't, and I'm not, again, I'm so out of the loop that I don't, whatever, fill me in on streaming platform options and why you switched over to Twitch, what are the advantages, because I guess I'm not like in love with YouTube as a platform, but I also don't really like moving around. I'm all about using black and Payne's gray, so color studies will be a treat. Right, so you switched to YouTube years ago when YouTube was bad, with streaming being bad for algorithm. Is it people made a second channel for streams? Right, and that problem has largely gone away, right? Like, I was aware of that at the time, and I was also kind of late to streaming at all. So I feel like that problem was maybe on its way out by the time I even started streaming. But also, like, I started streaming in the midst of, like, around the time I started streaming, I was actually just, like, really struggling to edit videos. So I was, part of it was like, well, I can't really edit videos, so I will stream, because that requires less brain that I don't have. And then I sort of dropped off on streaming because for a while I wasn't really even able to do that. And so, right. At the time, I just was like, I didn't have the spoons to be investigating a different platform. At this point, though, like, would you recommend switching, or it's just a matter of like you're there now, and that's where your streams are, so it works fine. I'm curious in the context just of like sort of conversations we were having on related topics of like are we it worth it to switch platforms? Easier to get monetized on Twitch from a streamer perspective. Right, okay, that makes sense. I am, well, currently demonetized. I was monetized on YouTube for quite a long while, and then I didn't post for a really long time. And so now I just need to rebuild some following to re-enable my monetization. But it's not, like, I'm sure that'll happen actually in the next little while. Not really through streaming. I don't feel like my streams are necessarily, the streams are a way to connect with people. It's like a sort of, and it creates a sort of structure of, you know, I'm gonna paint, I'm gonna work on something small, I'm gonna chat with people. It's not necessarily a, okay, this is, all right, so we can do that, and then we can take this and go drop in some of these there. Yeah. Yeah, 3-minute ad break per hour. Huh, okay, cool. Were you ever monetized on YouTube, or you've just, cause like I was monetized for quite a while. And then I actually lost my monetization, not for, oddly, when I lost my monetization, it was not for, falling viewership, because I have a few old videos that are still performing, but I, like 5-year-old videos, 5, almost 6-year-old videos, but, when I initially got demonetized, it was just from inactivity, because you need to post, something once every 90 days or something. I don't know. I was like not able to post for a while, and so that's when I got demonetized. And then another year or two went by. And then my viewership did, you know, gradually fall off. You can see like my viewership grows and grows and grows and spikes, and then it drops right back down. Not that it was ever a huge income, you know, like, okay, well, here's $10, here's whatever. It's a nice bonus. It's not actually a really substantial income. Now, the other thing is that I did used to get affiliate income, and like that was not, again, also not like going to pay my bills. Like I wasn't going to pay rent with it. Wasn't going to pay my mortgage, but it I am not doing Amazon Partner Program anymore, which kind of sucks because like sometimes I'd like to promote people. Like I would like to promote artists who have a book out. That's cool, and I'd like to be able to put a link that everyone can go to. I'm not going to promote Amazon without them paying me, nor am I doing that anymore because they want my credit card in order to keep my partner account active. So I disabled my payment systems on Amazon because I don't want to buy from there anymore. Anyway, that kind of made up my mind over there. Okay, so that's my little guy, little mushroom guy. Sorry, still just trying to get a little bit more. Depth of color here. This might need a little bit more work, but yeah, that's about there. What time is it? I think I'm actually wrapping up for today. This was fun, but I am sort of reaching the end of this mushroom. I'll probably paint a little bit more across this page later, but it would be good for me to stretch because I was editing video before I started this and I need to go stretch and have some food. So I think I'm gonna take off. Bye everyone. Have a great night. I may try to finish this up next week. Am I still around next week? Yes, I will be around next week. The 2 weeks after that, I am gone. I'm out of town. And probably will not be streaming from residency, although I guess I maybe could. We will see. The internet there is kind of... so we'll see. But yeah, I will maybe work some more on this next week. But this was fun. Thank you everyone for joining, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.